I got my Gremlins figure.
Oh, God.
I got a Gremlins figure. It's
He
not
did not get that today. Did you get that today?
No, I got this a few days ago, and I didn't end up
And
getting...
you didn't tell me?
No, I was with you when I got this at Target.
Oh, that's right.
But I didn't get the life-size prop version that I wanted. I still might get it and write it under Christmas decorations.
That's fine. I've already accepted that this is happening in my life.
Because I was looking at the movie today, Gremlins 1, and I'm like, okay, you can dress them up as Christmas. You can put little movie theater gear on here.
Yeah. We can make it happen as long as I also get a gizmo.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, good.
You better get me a life-size gizmo.
You heard it here first. Yeah, okay, so.
Hi, everybody.
For those of you who are following me on Instagram, that's the end of that story arc. There is a gremlin.
There was a conversation that was had. We did accept that there would be more gremlins in this house. It's all right.
I love it. Dude. Oh, Raph, I'm going to hit you up immediately after this. All right, so welcome. We have an amazing show. I love when we get to do a stream. I love when the stream starts and I don't see an array of complaints of the tech issues. That's good. That's good.
We had our share of tech issues
before.
Just before. That's why we're running like 5 minutes late. But you know how it is, guys.
Yeah, fashion.
You've been here before.
Yeah, this is
you know the
brand.
drill.
On brand. Yeah, so excited because we have a lot of fun stuff. We have a print drop. We have a vault opening happening tonight.
Yes.
Bringing out a print from the vault. The Samurai Yokai print is happening today. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh, you look so bright on camera today.
Too bright? Too bright?
Did you over brighten things?
I don't know.
I think it's the TV.
Is it TV?
I don't know. Okay. Guys, what do you think? Is he like very bright
No,
on
we can
camera
adjust
right
it
now?
live on the spot.
Oh my God, adjust it live on the spot.
Hold on.
I just feel like it's so bright that I'm like, oh my God, he's not that pale.
Well, I moved the camera. That's probably why.
Well, the camera's picking up too much light now, I think.
All right, let me do
if you guys like it in the chat, let us know.
No.
We'll leave him that way.
I need to look attractive to you, my love. That's true,
but that's...
Oh, that's way too bright.
Oh my God.
That's way too warm.
I know. Peter doesn't know how to... Well,
I can get...
It might be a little too dark now.
Okay.
Now it's... We don't need it that spooky.
Okay. Well...
Dr. Wolf says you're glowing.
I'm irradiated. How's that?
And Adrian says, I thought he just had a good skincare routine. He does.
How's that?
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Oh, I did it by accident.
No, you look good.
I put it dark by accident. Okay, what number is that?
I think you look good.
This is good right now?
It's good. It's better.
It's too yellow now?
It's still a little yellow.
Okay. Is this too... How's that?
You're glowing.
This is too glow?
No, that's what the chat is saying.
Okay. Yeah, but they're behind.
And very shiny. And you're very shiny.
This looks good, I think.
You look like a gold Buddha, says Adam.
This looks good and I have a harvest sheen.
Yeah, harvest sheen. Let's call it that. Okay. Perfect. You look great. You look great.
I think it's good. Yeah, okay. Well, look. There's always something. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes, so not wanting to bury the lead here, we have an amazing special guest. I love it when we have a guest who makes something that I want to buy on my own, regardless of being able to be connected with the person. So tonight we have Mr. Brian Heiler, author of Rack Toys, Cheap, Crazed Playthings. And you guys know that I'm secretly a toy geek at heart, number one, everything else number two. And so any time to talk with somebody who's an expert in the field, especially someone who's published a book that collects so much of the weirdest stuff out there, you guys, you're going to want to grab this book by the end of it. We should put it in. Did we put it in the links? We got to put the Amazon link. We'll put it. We'll put it later. Yeah, we'll put it. Yeah. But yeah, I'll be promoting this all week on my Instagram and whatnot. But this thing is amazing. I've been looking at it and really exciting. Once in a while, I get to look at books that kind of collect, vintage, retro, high-end stuff, and I'm like, I wish I had any of these. I wish I had any of them. And I never do because I'm a little too young for some of it, or some of it's really high-end. I have one of the ones in the book.
Do you really?
I have one. It's sitting right here. Yeah.
No way.
I'll show you, but not everybody else.
Oh, look at that.
I'm going to reveal it later, and you guys get to see which one I had. I had it from my youth. I purchased it authentically, not as a collector trying to resell something from my youth. Okay, so I'm excited about that. Yeah. And then I have another figure that I feel fits in line with the spirit of things. It's a figure that was like an oddity, like an action figure oddity that doesn't, he's kind of not really part of any mainstream collection. So I'm going to ask Brian about it tonight, see if he can help me figure out what the heck it is, where it came from, and why it exists.
Okay, sounds good to me.
So a lot of fun. So yeah, and then of course after that we'll do the print drop. You guys know the Ultraman print dropped this week. There are, from what I heard last over at Nakatomi Inc., there are only 4 left. 4 left of that edition. If you got one, thank you so much. If you're waiting on the APs, we will have APs for sure, and we're going to have a lot of fun with those, but they're not coming immediately. So just keep that in mind, whether or not you want to wait. It's all good. We're going to have APs, just not immediately. I got a lot of stuff to do before we get to that. And then a little hype for next week. Next week, we have 2 back-to-back streams.
Let me ask you something. Is next week Halloween week? Yes, it is.
Yeah. So hold on, because next week we have Thursday, we have a stream. Okay, we have our own stream here, and it is with our good friend Jason. You guys haven't met him yet. Jason Kozlarich from Fangoria. He sent me the latest copy of Fangoria. We're going to talk to him all about horror movies, what Fangoria's been up to lately. We're going to show you guys some teases of what we have on the following day to offer at Skybound Expo, which is Friday. So the reveals will be secret to you first on that stream, so you can heads up. And then most importantly, I think Gabby and I want to show you some of the Halloween decorations we got this year.
I feel like a tour is in order.
Yeah, we'll figure that out for sure. But we're going to definitely do it on Thursday night is our Halloween jam. Halloween jam Thursday night, Friday night, Skybound Expo with Jason, with our secret Attack Peter drops. There are 2 drops 3 drops, I think.
3?
One of them is weird as hell. I can't believe it's real. One of them is one I've been wanting to do for a long time and I haven't had the chance to do it. And one of them is just super fun. All right. So without further ado, let's shout out the chat and then we'll bring in our guest. Todd, what's up? Darren, Adrian, how you doing? John Wayne, Todd. We got Adam in the house, Dead Kiriyama. I see a lot of great familiar faces. Dr. Wolf, what's up? Jason Winters is here. Raph, we spoke. Sean is in the house. If you're new, let us know in the chat. If this is your first time joining us, we got 40 folks hanging out with us. That's good. That means if anybody wants to get a print tonight, you should be able to grab one. Okay. Nice. Without further ado, let us bring in the man of the hour, Mr. Brian Heiler. Brian.
Is that what you wanted?
Heiler. Did I pronounce that right, by the way, Brian? Or is it Heiler or Healer? Oh, he's muted. Brian, you're still muted. Unmute yourself. We should have told him to unmute.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I'm sorry, I did, but then I muted myself again. Sorry, guys. Yeah, no, it's Heiler, but
wait, take him off. Take him
off.
Go back.
Most
go
people
back,
do
go back.
Healer.
Take him off. Take him off. We're gonna do it again.
We're gonna run this again.
Yeah.
We're gonna run it again.
Okay.
We're gonna run, Brian. We're gonna give you another opportunity.
Yeah, let's do it again.
Okay, here we go.
All right, with the audience applause, please.
Yeah, okay, hold on.
Brian Heiler. Hey, it's like we did it the first time perfectly. Thank you. What's up, Brian?
Great. Good.
Welcome.
Sorry. I'm doing good. How are you?
To have you here. As I was saying in the opening, anytime I get to talk to anybody in a serious and almost academic way about toys and collecting toys is a treat for me. So thank you for joining us, man. I'm so excited.
This is a pleasure.
Dude, the book is called Rack Toys, Cheap Crazed Playthings. And when I first heard the title, I had no idea what any of that nomenclature meant. Like, what is Rack Toys? Was it a company? Was it a brand? What am I supposed to know when I hear the term? I mean, I read your intro already and I know now, but for those who haven't been affiliated, what is Rack Toys?
It's sort of an industry term, actually, and what it means, it has multiple names. It's impulse toys, which is very commonly used. It's actually been called hush up toys, peg toys. What it really is a toy section for a place that isn't a toy store. Like, you don't normally get toys in, like a drugstore or a gas station, a supermarket. These are probably the greatest examples you can think of for rack toys themselves. They're low cost, they're cheaply made, and they're meant to get your parents to buy them for you because they just want to get out of that situation.
Amazing. It's funny because now there aren't really any toy stores, and I mean, let me say there aren't really any toys. There aren't Toys R Us, there aren't KB toy stores like there was. So now, when I think of going to a big box toy store, I think of Target and Walmart. It's crazy enough to say. But there are moments when I feel like I find those type of toys even today when I go to like a Five Below, and right, is that like a modern day version of rack toys?
Well, actually, one of the bigger players in rack toys this day is a company called J-Roo, and they were around in the 70s. In fact, they were formed in the 70s. They are pretty much the #1 player, and I've worked with them a little bit in my day job, and it's the same stuff, man. Whoopee cushions and splat balls and water pistols and cheap Little Mermaid figures. Like, I couldn't get over their selection and how it, the more things change, the more they stay the same. Some technology has gotten better, and I think that the toys have gotten more unique and interesting, but it's the same thing. We're still doing this, and they still sell.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because I do remember as a kid that there was like a hierarchy of toy shopping. So like, yes, I would go to Toys R Us, and that would be the premium stuff. Or even back then, there was, there was like Lionel Playworld, there was FAO Schwartz even. But the point was, you knew that was like where the newest, best stuff was going to be. But then sometimes I was if not more excited to go to the local drugstore. Like we had Eckerd Drugs in Miami where I grew up, and there was Godzilla, there was weird dinosaur toys. Like my favorite dinosaur toys, like I think it's the Imperial brand that made them all, and
they did a lot.
Yeah, and they were always there, and I was just as excited about that. I have an amazing story about that when I was a kid to prove the value of these rack toys. Among kids, I told this story before, but in first grade, I had this jumbo rubber Halloween toy rat that you could just get at any, drugstore at the time. And my good friend in first grade had the Rancor monster from Star Wars, the big one, and he loved the rat. Everybody was excited about the rat, and he was already tired of his Rancor monster. And one day he offered to trade me the Rancor for the rat. And I was like, okay, I'll happily take that Rancor monster for the rat. And everybody was happy. The next day we got a phone call from his mom, says, we're going to need the Rancor monster back for the rat. But it was valuable to us as kids. Like it didn't matter how much it cost. It was just the excitement was there sometimes.
Yeah, that is such a wonderful example of kid logic.
Yeah. So I wanted to show some of the stuff in the book, and then point to some of the things that I'm most excited to find. Because for me, I mean, if you know anything about me or people who know me, I'm obsessed with, kaiju monsters. I'm obsessed with, horror monsters, especially the classic stuff. I love my Marvel stuff that I still collect to this day. But one of the things that jumped out at me early is that you showed off this guy right here. And if we can switch to the book cam. Let me see if we got it here. There we go. It's coming right up. So yeah, let me see. Are you switching over to it? There we go. Okay, you guys can hear us now. Sorry, there was no audio for a second in that scene. But to basically go back over what we were saying, and you saw the pictures in the book, Brian and I were talking about, and I was telling Brian how when I saw this in the book, this spread right here, and this is a great example, again, of how great of a layout this book has, is pictures, zoomed in pictures of awesome toys, blister packs of how you might have found them on the rack. The whole thing is incredible, but I have this figure since I'm a kid, this King Kong figure, and Brian was just going over to say, like, you can't, it might not have even been an official King Kong figure, but you can't trademark, you know, a gorilla. And so I don't even remember an opportunity as a kid to ever have an alternative King Kong figure. So I was so excited to find this one. And you were saying that because of Jaws, these were like the kind of figures you would find: sharks, gators, gorillas, and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was the they were almost guaranteed to be in every, you know, dime store as a kid.
And is it the idea that, like, whatever the trend would be, companies would find a way to kind of like skirt the trademarks and then just put something generic? Yeah.
Like there's it's the same thing that happened in the early 90s when Jurassic Park came out. There were just dinosaurs everywhere, and it's because you can't trademark dinosaurs. So if you remember the campaign, the ad campaign, it said, "Look for the mark, Jurassic Park."
Oh,
you know, that's what Kenner tried to do. They tried to, like, say that stuff isn't authentic. This is, and that was a wonderful thing back then. I mean, there are things you can't copy and get away with, and famously in the book, there's a section on a toy line copying Planet of the Apes called Action Ape Men.
Yes, I'm going to try to pull it up here. But yeah, go on.
Yeah. And these folks making these figures, Azrak Hamway, they were very good at copying trends, but they were actually an official Planet of the Apes licensor as well. Like or licensee as well. They had Apes merchandise, so 20th Century Fox kind of shut them down rather publicly, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, you know, the funny thing is that when I was starting off as an artist, I didn't have any rights to do any artwork that I was doing, but I had to use, you know, big name properties to get people's attention online. Even if I was doing like really striking images without like a platform or a way to, you know, showcase, you know, the work I was doing, I was screwed. So I would do, you know, unauthorized Marvel, Star Wars, you know, Godzilla stuff, and that would get the attention of the people who held the licenses to maybe give me a chance. However, I don't know that necessarily was the case in these. Do you think, or from your experience, was that the motive of any of these companies? Were they trying to get licenses, or was it better that they just
no? It's all a move to steal the heat from something else.
Yeah.
And not get sued, basically. There's very, like, I know what you're saying. A friend of mine has a famous story. Cease and desist is an invitation to do business, and you know, you get noticed, and then you try and get the license. But
that's it. I would tell people, like, get us. I got cease and desist until I got W-2s. Can we show the book now? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. No problem. So, but if anything, just bring the Logitech into this scene. Can you do that? The camera? Yeah. So, yeah, man, that was the thing. Like, I would tell people, because people would come after me, and they would not come after me, but I would get cease and desist emails randomly here and there, and and you know, I would stop selling those images. Oh, good. Okay. Cool. Yeah, there you go.
We don't need Peter's face.
Yeah. That's fine. So. These were some of the ones you're talking about, the Planet, but these, so when they say Planet,
those are officially licensed.
These
but there
are
was a series. Yeah, these are. There's a chapter at the back called "Hey, Knock It Off."
Oh, okay.
And that shows all the stuff that. It's pretty. You know. You're right there. There's an Action Ape Man. No, that's an Astro.
Oh, Astro.
Action
there's
two types of knockoffs. The Action Ape Man and the Astro Ape are from the 70s, and yeah, they're both really blatant Planet of the Apes knockoffs. The Astro Apes they don't have a manufacturer name, and the plastic on those figures is like, you ever had a Kinder Surprise egg?
Yes.
The chocolate on that. They're the most fragile action figures in the world.
Wow, dude. So how would you get into business doing something like this? Like, how do you get into the chain of like supplying, like working with vendors? Is it just all shady?
It's a lot of, at that time, especially, is a little Wild Westy. But what it is, these factories, they make this stuff. Sometimes they make it to design. Other times they try to just sell it, across the world. And, a distributor picks it up. There's no company name on there. And, but by the time you've sent, it's hard to chase a lot of these fly-by-night operators.
Yeah, I get it.
So,
man, this is one of my favorite things about the book is just randomly stumbling on a page like this where, dude, look at this. So here's Rodan. Here is Sean Connery's James Bond. What is this, like a flashlight device? It says a flashlight from Japan covers all bases by not using 1 but 4 TV and movie license. Oh, right, GAPPA, not Rodan. So
GAPPA, it's Space Giants.
Yes.
The Man from Uncle and James Bond.
What? It's so cool, man. I would kill to just have this piece of artwork big and framed.
It's beautiful. Yeah.
So great. And so I'm going through these, and like stuff like this is what really started to get my attention because, man, I love, even though it's, supposedly inferior to what was like, to what's being done now, I suppose, Super 7 just came out with a version of this. Did you see it?
Actually, yeah. From what I understand, I published a magazine last year, and it was a guide to the super monsters. It's Toy Ventures issue 1, and from what I and Brian Flynn of Super 7 bought it. And from what I understand, it may have helped inspire that.
Have you met him? Have you met Brian?
No, I haven't. I would love to.
Dude, he's a cool guy.
He's been a big supporter of my stuff, but yeah, if I had any sort of mild influence on that, because I got one coming to my house too. I absolutely
amazing.
Love that thing. Yeah, and the thing that I really noticed about it too was for years and years collectors called the 2 variants the male and female creature. And when we were writing the magazine, I wrote it with a group of monster collectors. They all kind of said, that's kind of dumb. There's no female creature.
Yeah.
So we changed the nomenclature in the book, in the magazine, to wide waist and narrow waist. And when Super 7 came out with them, they called them the wide waist and narrow waist.
Are these the ones you're referring to? Like this one here being the wide waist, and then this is the narrow waist?
No, actually, I don't think they're both pictured in the book. They're pictured in the magazine. Hang on.
You got one?
10 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
This is the magazine I'm talking about. Issue 1 of Toy Ventures.
Where can you get that? You can get that now?
Yeah, you can still get that. It's available on Amazon. It's available at my website, which is plaidstallions.com. And it's available on eBay.
Amazing. We'll put those links in here.
We did a full comprehensive guide because there's so many variations to these things. Oh, man. So I'll just go to the Creech page to show you. This is what they based the figures on. And as you can see, we believe this is like the earlier version, and this is like the later version.
Okay.
So the earlier version is actually kind of more complicated and has a thin waist, and then the wide waist version is a very lighter plastic.
Okay.
And it's just kind of like the Aurora model kit made into an action figure.
Amazing, dude. Yeah. So stuff like that, if you're like a collector, especially if you're, look, I think I'm learning a lot about retro stuff from how it's being brought back as new, like what's old is new again. So, seeing it's awesome because I'm aware of a lot of things peripherally just because, like I said, I was buying stuff like this as a kid. But the idea when
that isn't officially licensed Kong. I just double checked.
It is. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And by the way, like I said, what other officially licensed Kongs were in the 80s like that? I saw the one that you have. It's like from the 70s, and the Imperial Godzilla was the other figure I had forever and don't have anymore, sadly. But yeah, I
still have the one I bought at Big V Drugs.
Oh, nice.
When I was about 15 years old, so probably around the same time you bought that Kong.
Yeah, man. And you know what's funny? Like they came in different sizes. The Imperial Godzilla. I remember having a larger one.
One.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? I bought that thing because there was so little Godzilla merchandise.
Yes.
And
well, that brings me to this one.
I have the header card to the display box framed over my stairs.
No way.
Yeah.
You guys got to see this book because some of the idea that you see the figures, you could go and see pictures of these figures here and there. Definitely not collected like this, but good luck finding these packages intact like this, the artwork involved with it. I am dying to get this Godzilla figure now. If I don't know, is this a rare one?
It's a very collectible piece.
Okay.
And you know what? That one in the book was mine, and I sold it. And do you ever like sell a stock and then it goes crazy? Like now I can't afford to buy it back because that card is so beautiful.
Yeah.
With the little train set, like they just went nuts with that.
I love it, man. It looks like a still from Robot Chicken. What my favorite thing about it is that it seems like it's based off the '67 suit, which is like a lot of people's least favorite Godzilla suit from Son of Godzilla. But I love that suit. Yeah. Trust me, like among the Godzilla toy collectors, he gets crapped on all the time. But for me, that suit is just phenomenal. So I love it. I love it.
I'm a '70s Godzilla guy. Like I love the Mechagodzilla Megalon suit. So
yes, the Megalon. The Megalon suit is a lot of people's favorite. It's the 70. Keelan, help me out, but I think it's a '73 suit. And then in Mechagodzilla they changed it up again. That was like one-time use, that Megalon suit. And it's a lot of people's favorite.
Okay.
Yeah. They're all. There are bigger experts in the chat for sure, and they'll correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. The '73 suit, and then the '74, '75 were the Mechagodzillas, and people love those. I love the Destroy All Monsters suit. I love the '64, Mothra versus Godzilla suit. But I mean, I love them all. What are you gonna say? So going back to this, man, like, okay, when I see stuff like this, if someone started to look through this book. Oh my God, the Hulk, dude. There's a Hulk that you cover. I forgot if it was here on your YouTube channel, but there's a Hulk that like it's this big static hunk of plastic where his arms are upraised and he's like almost concave in his chest cavity. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like 12 inches.
I think it's the fun stuff, Hulk. I think I just put that up this week.
Okay, yes.
I had that. Inflate?
I don't know if it was inflated, but it definitely felt like you could squish it a tiny bit. It felt like hollow vinyl. But it was
that might be the fun stuff Rage Cage Hulk, which looks like a fun toy, but it also looks like maybe a kid would play with it for one afternoon.
So if someone's looking through these photos, the idea is that these were toys made at like a lower price point to make it like quick and easy purchase, almost like an impulse buy.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, the original programs were started by companies. Actually, Mego was one of those companies back in the 50s. And the idea was everything on this peg costs 88 cents. So you put it in your store, you put it by the cash lanes, and then we put a newspaper ad out with all the toys in it and say all these toys are 88 cents. Get them at John's Supermarket, Joe's Department Store. I'm not good at naming things. And so that's how the programs first began. Now that went away in the 70s due to newspaper advertising being more expensive. But the idea of a slotted program of cheap toys, in fact, my dad did it for a living in the 70s.
I saw you mention that.
That's how I kind of got into that,
He was a store owner?
No, he was a distributor.
Oh,
he was what they call a rack jobber. So he had vans on the road, and they would service stores with general merchandise.
Amazing, dude. I love it.
Including toys. Yeah.
I love it. And do you remember being like a kid hanging out and seeing some of that stuff before anybody else had a chance to grab any of it?
Yeah. Well, like it's all I remember because they were there. I had very hardworking parents who had to work a lot, and you ended up getting, it wasn't babysitting, but as soon as I could learn to count, I was picking orders with them and doing that crazy stuff. But yeah, you ended up getting it in your blood, I guess, so to speak. Yeah.
This is strong. This is a strong
Those
entry.
are probably still sitting on some store shelves
somewhere. Oh my God, dude. It's just so funny when you think, one of the things I've learned a little behind the scenes about this business is that some of the things that you would think are super well-oiled ships, like some of those companies you meet representatives from them and they're kind of not. And then some of the people that you would think are like kind of like laid back hippie. They're super tight at running their ship. But the idea that you could have a giant film like Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and then this is the thing that would come out of it, is so funny to me, but it's so representative of how things work, man. Look, I want to show you this figure that I have, but before we do, show up those slides that we got so people can see those promo cards about the slides. Let's see if we have audio. Do we have audio?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so these are great because they're kind of like highlighting some of the fun stuff in the book, talking about, what exactly the pitch is on the book. But if you guys wanted to get a copy of this book, it's everywhere. It's on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, right? Target, I think, is carrying it now. And it's published by our good friends at the, is it Nacelle? I heard you say Nacelle. I thought it was Nacelle, but I don't know how to pronounce it.
Oh, I'm not 100%.
Okay.
I think it's nacelle.
Okay.
It's a Star Trek word. That's what I know, but I never noticed how I'm saying it. Might be my
Gabby says
dialect.
Gabby says nacelle. She's a Star Trek expert here. So yeah, Nacelle Company has published it. And for those who don't know,
did I expose myself as a filthy casual?
We like
we'll
it.
See.
But yeah, for those people who don't know, the Nacelle Company has put out the toys that made us, the movies that made us, behind the attraction, so many great things.
They're doing comic books,
dude.
Yeah.
Brian is another killer, dude. Like, we had him on the show last year to talk a little bit about his journey. Guy's so inspiring, Brian Volkweiss. And when I saw a book coming out under their company, I'm like, this is going to be a killer book because they only do.
Brian wrote a wonderful afterword, and it totally gets the vibe of the book. Like, he just nailed it. Yeah, absolutely. So, guys, if you're and by the way, if you're looking for an awesome Christmas gift for people who are collecting or even peripherally like into this is an awesome coffee table book. You can grab it, look through it for a few pages, just kind of like, they're all conversation pieces, especially if you know anybody from, like, your parents would dig it if they're from that era. Maybe some of you guys would remember it yourselves. When I saw that King Kong pop up, I gave me a little misty-eyed. So that was amazing. Yeah, I got the best compliment I ever got was from an actor named Daniel Roebuck.
Okay.
He's playing Grandpa Munster in that new Munsters movie.
Oh, yeah.
He sent me a note once saying, I just want to tell you I like your book. I keep it in my car.
So cool, man.
And so he's like, if I'm having lunch by myself, I just bring it in. And it's like, oh, that's how could, like, it's a very simple compliment, but it was also like, that's amazing that, it's like what I used to do with wish book catalogs when I was a little kid, just leaf through them when I was when I wanted to amuse myself, and that was the sole intent of this book. It was not to make you any smarter. It was just meant to bring you back to that time.
I'm very grateful for it because I was telling you before we went live, nowadays you just assume that any topic, any theme is collected, organized well somewhere. But this was one of them that was not, and not even as specific as this. And so I love it because I always like to be near and around and adjacent to the things that I'm interested in: the toy collecting, art collecting, comics, films. And working at the rate that I work, producing the amount of artwork I produce, sometimes my brain is fried, dude. And I don't want to check out from the world.
I share that.
Yeah, right? I don't want to check out from the world that I'm interested in. I just want to use the other side of my brain. And a book like this is so good because not only is it, like I said, fun to just flip through and enjoy, but the idea that some of the art design styles are so out there. I'm probably going to borrow, quote unquote, some compositions from here and apply them to some, new prints going forward. I just absolutely.
Well, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
That's to inspire any sort of artwork or anything like that. That's fabulous. From my end of it, I've been doing a magazine now for just over a year and a bit, and the writing, the editing, the making sure you have everything. It's very organized. And I decided to resurrect the follow-up to Rack Toys that I'm still working on right now. And for me, again, like you were saying, just organizing pictures is a really nice kind of like meditation for me.
Absolutely.
Because it's not as high pressure, and you're just sitting there going, I think this looks better over here. And so that's kind of where my zen has come from that. And I missed doing it. I couldn't believe how much I missed doing it.
It's an awesome document, man, and we're lucky to have it. Now, let me test you here because this is what I wanted to show you, okay? And I'm sure, you know, you're not here for your health. We're here to promote the thing that you're doing. We're excited about it, but now I want to see if you, the oracle of this area, can help us out with this. Okay.
The great oracle. Now I'm going to bring my magnifying glass because you're a very small window.
Okay.
On my screen.
No, put the camera obnoxiously full screen for this so he can see it.
Oh, alrighty then.
Like the art cam that we have pop up on this screen, just drag it across the whole thing. Oh no. Like you know how you popped it up on the screen that we're on? Just turn it on for a second. There we go. Yeah. Okay. This thing was during my, you're going to see it now, during my Masters of the Universe, you know, obsession phase. And here we go. And my poor grandfather and grandmother would always try to hunt for the newest drop. Yeah, just drag it and make it a big window so he can see it.
You know, the first thing I want to say is your grandmother and grandfather, that is who got fooled by knockoffs the most.
Right.
Yeah, I'm off the top of my head, I can't quite remember what this is called. If it's a Galaxy Warriors or Warrior Beasts.
I remember the name Gecko for some reason. That's just a name that pops into my head. Like, and it was.
I want to say it might be Muscle Warriors.
Interesting.
There's so many of them. And
yes, dude.
I'm a 70s kid, but I did actually have He-Man stuff. I kind of. That was sort of like my I'm tapping out of toys line. Yeah, I'll have that for you today.
I love it.
I recognize. Yeah, he might actually. Oh man, this one's gonna bug me. And did he come with anything?
He probably came with some generic like accessory weapon. I bet even if Gabby, if you put in like. Oh, Gabby says we can use the power of the internet to just Google image search it. Oh, Gabby says she's going to do it right now. But
I think I just found him.
You found him?
He's rare.
Ah.
Yeah.
He's broken. Mine is broken. He had a giant horn.
He is. My first guess was right. Warrior Beasts. He is by Remco.
Heck yeah.
And Remco is actually was owned. Its parent company was Azrak Hamway, AHI, who made the Action 8 Men.
Amazing,
Mattel
dude.
did sue them for these, and they won. Remco won, and it's apparently a hilarious story. But you know, Mattel said that this body was copying Masters of the Universe, which it clearly is.
Yeah.
But the president of Remco AHI was just, from what I can understand, he was just a real character, and he would he just. He was pretty cheeky, as you can see. But yeah, that guy actually might be worth money. I know you'd never sell him. But.
No, and plus, like I said, he's busted up. But I just love him because he's always been in the box with my He-Man figures that are like equally like battle damaged. But it's just a great weird ass figure. And you know what is funny about it? Speaking of a company like Super 7, who I just feel like nails the spirit of like retro toys, you know what I'm saying? That they have that line.
My MasterCard would agree with you.
They have that line called The Worst, you know?
Yeah, that was awesome.
And that feels like that somebody is like trying to harness that spirit of the rack toys in a really like, you know, professional, clean, sleek way, and I just love it. This guy belongs with the worst. Look at it; he still has this golden rope tied around him that never busted all the way. And you know what?
Actually,
I have to say too.
I know a fellow who I think has brought Gecko back.
No way, dude.
Yeah, Michael Zolotar of a company called Zolo World. I think he actually owns the name The Warrior Beasts, and I think he re-released Gecko.
Dude,
if I'm not mistaken,
we need to talk.
Actually, no, because I was just speaking to Michael yesterday on an unrelated matter. But
I love it.
He is like you should have him on because he's the Masters of the Universe knockoff guy. I guess is the best.
Now I'm going to say something controversial here.
Yeah,
the joints of the legs here, incredibly strong. My He-Man figures,
He-Man figures,
I could swing them around.
Right?
Yeah, I could swing them around forever. So shout out to Gecko here, the last standing true hero of that era of action figures.
Sometimes knockoffs are actually really well made.
We did it good, and I wanted to show you this one. This was one that we were talking before we went live.
Yeah.
DKE Toys. So some people out there in the chat might even have this one, but we made with Dov Kellerman of DKE. He does like these bootleg figures as art, you know. So he recast the Vader in white here, and the packaging here is a block print that we just attached to the cardboard. And it includes like a block print of the original 12. And they're all numbered and signed. Super fun. Yeah, man.
The card's beautiful.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah. It was a lot of fun, dude. I think I might have an extra one. If I do, I'll send you one.
But thanks.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Brian. But yeah, thank you so much, dude. I really appreciate you coming on. I feel like I could talk to you forever about this stuff. I'd love to have you back on again when you have, I think you were talking about a potential new project being announced soon. We'll wait to hear about it.
I would love to come on and chat with you about that, and I'll be in touch. I want to send you some stuff.
Oh man, I can't wait, dude. I love it. I feel like this is my real passion. I feel like there's a lot we could talk about with like old kaiju figures based on what you were showing me in there. So lots of fun stuff. Yeah, man, amazing, guys. If you're watching, don't sleep on this. This is a blast. It's a steal of a deal at Amazon. Rack Toys, cheap, crazed playthings. The book is such a blast to go through. They got superhero stuff, comics, sci-fi stuff, monsters, TV, movie figures, generic stuff, and like you were talking about earlier, knockoffs. And just the pictures alone. Part of me was like thinking when I first got this book, we should get a second copy to cut a few pages out and just frame them up in the studio because they're that fun. I love the Simpsons stuff in here too.
Oh yeah,
God, so good, dude. Amazing.
That's J-Roo.
Yeah.
They're still in business.
Amazing, dude. Oh, yeah, look at that sword and sorcerer, the monster. Look at that weirdo. So good, man.
And that's an R-rated film.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Guys, check it out. Brian, anything you want to mention before we say goodbye here?
You can find me on YouTube as the Brick Mantooth channel. I do a show every week called Toy Ventures.
Yeah, let's write that down because
I do a podcast called Pod Stallions.
Pod Stallions, and where can we get the podcast?
We're on iTunes, and it's available at my website too, plaidstallions.com.
Plaidstallions.com is the website, and Bear Mantooth is the YouTube channel, by the way,
Brick Mantooth.
Brick Mantooth, excuse me.
Yeah.
Brick Mantooth is the YouTube channel. All kind of stuff like this. We'll put a link in the notes after we record here. But yeah, dude, thank you. So much fun. Can't wait.
Really enjoyed it. Thanks for having me on.
Are you going to be in any shows in the near future? Gabby and I are finally leaving our dungeon here and going to Designer Con in Anaheim next month.
I would love to. The border has not reopened. I'm Canadian, by the way.
Oh, you're in Canada. No. Yeah, you're stuck.
And as soon as it does, I will be touring with the book and Toy Ventures at different shows. I've done one show in just outside of Toronto, but I would like to hit the States. And a lot of really nice people have reached out to me and said, come and get a free table and show up. So how can I not?
No, you got it. So much fun.
I'll be announcing some dates, and hopefully I run into you guys.
Oh, dude, I can't wait. Brian, you're the best, man. Thank you so much. So nice to talk to you and meet you.
Bye, Brian.
All right, we'll talk
nice
to you
soon.
Nice
to meet you, Gabby.
Later,
Take
buddy.
care.
Bye.
Bye.
That was fun.
So cool, man.
Yeah.
So what did we learn about audio today?
What did we learn? That Peter forgot to set up the audio in the book
that
scene.
channel. That's what it was.
Okay, we've learned, and we've also learned that Skype is a piece of shit, and we're never using it again.
Why? What happened with Skype?
It's just that's that echo. Remember that we had at the beginning.
But what happened?
It's because Skype likes to bring in double audio.
But you fixed it fast.
Yes, I did, because I remember from last time when the whole stream crashed and we had to move to Instagram.
Oh, Jake, if you're watching, Jake from not from State Farm, from Skybound.
I was gonna say.
No, we have Jake from Skybound. Oh. These are the things that we have to learn about.
We just need to find some other way of bringing in our guests that is not Skype.
Okay, amazing. So guys, I hope you get a chance to check that book out. It's so much fun. I don't like books that I have to read. That's a confession. Wow. I like books that I can look at and enjoy. Wow. I don't have the brain power left after everything that I do. I'm not gonna sit. What am I gonna sit with? What am I gonna read? What's there to read? Everything is on YouTube.
There's a lot to read.
Name one book worth reading.
I was gonna say something that was gonna cancel the show.
No, don't. But the point is that I like to sit with
You're a
book.
visual guy. You like there's nothing wrong with that.
No,
you like visuals.
I'm a slow reader. I reread pages over and over
You're very
again.
slow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Jake said something. What did Jake say?
Jake said, I heard you love the shout out.
Okay. But yeah, so I like books that are, like I was telling Brian, peripherally related to what I'm doing.
Sure.
Aesthetically pleasing, and they kind of like re-inspire what I'm doing. But sometimes I need a break from creating, and I need to just like refill the tank. And books like this one, I got some of those IDW books that are like the original Jack Kirby pages or Steve Ditko pages from the comics. Stuff like that, dude.
Yeah, it's not that there's no writing in that book either.
I just don't read it.
There's a lot of really.
Yeah,
I'll just look at the pictures.
If it's a little bit of reading, I'll read it. Like the art of the Star Wars, like behind this, like I'll read those a little bit. It's too much.
God, it's okay. I'll do the reading for both of us.
And everybody's so verbose.
And everybody's always like audiobooks. Peter falls asleep.
I do.
You cannot keep him awake if you put an audiobook. That's a lullaby to him.
Here's a real confession for you guys before we get into
Yes, Peter was a former teacher, by the way. Somebody asked in the chat.
Yeah.
Did you think he was reading books as a teacher?
No, I was art teacher.
He was an art teacher.
Yeah. Frankly, like I fall asleep when anybody reads me something. Like it's an audio. I love audiobooks. One of my favorite audiobooks is Make Love the Bruce Campbell Way. And If Chins Could Kill, both read by Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, but it's
I fall asleep.
Yeah.
And I fall asleep in movies sometimes. Mm-hmm. We're gonna go see Dune this Saturday with our friend for his birthday, Augustine, and I told him, dude,
like get ready for us to fall asleep.
I'm gonna fall asleep. And now
I think
Gabby's,
both of us. Yeah, because these I'm telling you, man,
seats
I'm tired,
are so comfy.
Dude. Oh, I know.
It's a nice vibe. Like I can't wait
it's so quiet. It's not quiet, but it's dark and comfortable. Yeah. It's just like, I'll go to sleep. I can't go anywhere.
Gabby fell asleep in Venom.
I did. Well, that movie sucked.
I stayed awake for it, but Gabby fell asleep. I fell asleep in whatever.
Not my favorite.
Whatever we saw before or after, I fell asleep.
You fall asleep in everything else.
Yeah.
It's okay, I'm allowed one.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, look, graphic novels are considered books.
Yeah, sure. But even then, I it's a lot. I have to read.
Poor Nathan. Nathan says, as a writer, looks around like Will Smith during the finale of Fresh Prince. I'm sorry, Nathan.
Listen,
I still read.
Yeah.
I read. It's
I'm
just
the
that
anomaly.
Peter is still like a 7-year-old who needs picture books.
Yeah, and even then, like I have to do it in small chunks. I get exhausted. My brain does not retain.
I get exhausted too. I don't have the attention span that I used to, though, where I could just sit and read for hours. Audiobooks are definitely my jam now, but I do like to read. It's just some people are made for that.
I can't even sit down without falling asleep. If I sit down to open a book, it's like I'm out.
You wouldn't believe I'm sitting here right now running the stream, and I've already like kind of nodded off.
We're always
times.
fried. We're fried crispy.
Listen. Why do you think the stream is such a dumpster fire?
No,
It's because I'm asleep at the wheel.
All right. Yeah. So guys, I know you wanted to see and get into the print drop.
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna do that.
Shall I take them in there? I already have it set it up.
But do we have audio in this?
Yes.
Okay, this has audio. Okay, go to it. Here we go, guys. Here is the finished print. I wanted to show you. We have browser scene activated, right?
We do.
Can you open up YouTube in a separate browser while I talk to these guys and bring up the demo video in my YouTube channel of this here block print?
Got it.
For the new guys.
Keep talking to the people.
Okay, so guys, this is the carving, right? So here's the linoleum. I carved this early pandemic last year ahead of the release of the game Ghost of Tsushima, and I was thinking like, man, I'm so excited for this video game. I really want to make something for it, but we don't have the rights to do it, and especially now with the attention I have on me, I can't just make a Ghost of Tsushima print willy-nilly. So I just took the idea of the ghost and the idea of, monsters and samurais, and I kind of made my own composition here. And if you guys were with me last year, I want to say this was April.
You can right.
Switch over to that real quick, and I'll talk over it.
I'm just trying to like.
No, show them how. Let's look. Flash
the
past.
whole video.
No, but show that real quick so they can see how old this was.
How
already.
old and shitty
it was. Yeah, start there. No, it wasn't that bad. It was just different.
It wasn't bad. Okay, hold on.
Just don't put the audio. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. See, this was a video we made last year. I was filming. Clips. Look at me. Hey,
no mustache. In the old studio.
Yeah.
Oh, I miss that place.
That was good. And so, yeah, but okay, fast forward a little bit.
Oh, you wanted me to play the
Just
whole
a little
thing
taste.
now?
We don't
No,
need
delete it now.
No.
Wait, I think I
There's
can actually make it play back faster.
Well, it's already. No, but just like.
Look how fast you're going.
Oh my God. Damn it. Okay, here we go. So yeah, this is one of the only times I was able to document the entire process of making a piece. So this is everything from the sketch, which you can really see how I sketch. This is not a joke. This is why sometimes we have to really explain to people that we work with who have licenses, like, you know, the company of Toho and recently with a Subaraya, with Ultraman and all that kind of stuff. Like, I don't do super polished sketches, and they're spoiled because they get to see stuff that Tom Whalen does, which his sketches look like a finished print already. So I send them this nonsense, and they're like, did this person have a stroke? What is this a prank? Is Ashton Kutcher popping out soon? What's going on? And so, you know, this was a good example and something that we get to send to people once in a while to explain. It's just a weird way of working. And yeah, I'm excited that we got to keep this video and have this, like, you know, artifact of the entire process of it being made, because it encapsulates everything. It really does. It's got the mark making that I like to use. It's got the scale. You know, it was a super rough sketch, and it's proof that I don't really figure out some of these design elements until I'm carving it. And if I try to draw it for real, it won't look the same way. If I try to draw it with the intention of it being a drawing and not a block print, it won't look the same way. So there is no way to emulate my own style until I bring in the linoleum carving tools, and that's it, man. That's why, you know, it's hard to explain that to a lot of companies. But it's exciting to see a video like this. For those of you who've been around and seen it before, I appreciate it. If you've never seen it, this is how we make stuff like this. So here he is. He survived this.
He survived the move. He survived being
everything.
Reprinted again, I guess.
Yeah. And so the original one, I mean, I think the saturation might be weird on this, so I'll have to put something white to see next to it. Okay, here's a white Apple Pencil. The original print was on white paper, and this is a new edition. It's still black ink, but it's on the tan Locta. And unless you guys...
My favorite Locta.
Yeah, it looks great. Unless you guys were at that first print drop with Skybound, where Sean Kirkham was going through some of the unauthorized prints that we were just kind of doing like a quick sell-off before we... you probably haven't gotten anything. Oh, the rabbit was on tan paper.
The rabbit was on tan.
The rabbit was on tan. I don't remember if anything else was. You guys refresh my memory. But I love this paper. It feels as old. It looks as old and ancient as the paper feels. It kind of like matches up in a cool way.
Yeah.
I just don't get it as often. It's not as easy to get. So we pick and choose our spots when to use it. But it's a blast. I love it. It's the same size as like the Month of Monsters prints. It's 20 by 15. Okay. The image is kind of like a little narrative. And for those of you who've heard me talk about it before, I apologize. But if you haven't, it's basically the idea that there's this little dude. He's fishing. I mean, he's a regular sized dude. That's the whole point. He's out fishing by himself. The water starts getting crazy, and out of nowhere, this giant demon samurai pops out. What does he want? Why doesn't he mind his own business? This poor guy's just trying to fish.
Why is a mustache coming out of his mouth? Sorry, I had to do it.
Yeah, I use these little curly Q patterns, these spirals to kind of like show that he's like got this weird ghostly ectoplasmic aura coming out of his mouth.
No, I love it because that's exactly what that would look like if he came out. It would just be weird skeleton dust vapor coming out of his mouth.
You know what's funny for me as a designer, I use these spirals and these stars for everything. Sometimes they're literally stars, sometimes they're sparks, sometimes the spirals are like an ectoplasmic presence, sometimes they're splashes in the water. I use it for everything. I like how they look, and so they're kind of like multi-purpose for me.
I love them.
Yeah, they're fun.
I think they're very like iconic to your work.
Yeah. Well, I said that the other day to a friend I was talking to, that in tattoo designs, people use these little asterisks as fillers between in small spaces between tattoos, where if you want to
like when you already have a sleeve filled out and there's no space for anything else, you just fill in the blank space with those little asterisks.
And I thought that was such a smart thing, you know, part of that history and tradition in that medium, that when I was doing printmaking, I liked using them because they print clean over and over again. You know, they aren't a literal star.
Yeah, and they're all different.
They're all different, and they're kind of cool. They're kind of a little punk rocky, which
They definitely like harken back to tattoos and tattoo flash. So yeah, for sure.
And my print making style is a little bit more rough and tumble than other printmakers. So I think it all kind of fit together. So it's an awesome print, in my opinion, to like encapsulate the whole thing. I love the face how it came out on this one. I would love to do this as a toy one day.
It would be an awesome toy.
Yeah.
Like cram the little mouth things in there as attachments. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Hey, somebody in the chat wants to know about, for licenses, do they charge you a percentage set price or per print?
Every deal's different.
Yeah, right.
Every company's different. Every deal's different. We usually, it's the way licenses work is if we work with a partner like a Mondo or Nakatomi, they have the licenses.
Yeah.
And then one of the products they release is our edition of print. So we don't have to deal with that at all. But yeah, awesome. Yeah, the gator head was an awesome one. The dragon, I've been thinking about bringing those back or just doing more in that series. But yeah, man, I'm excited about doing some of the I'm excited we get to do these vault prints, and it's fun because, like I said, a lot of people weren't following us when we first did it, you know, and a lot of people,
we have a lot of new people in the group now.
Yeah, and so and it's the medium allows me to bring back something older, and especially because lately I've been carving like 3 or 4 pieces that I can't show you guys yet.
Yeah, so
I can't print and show you those and sell those prints or anything because not allowed yet, but it's perfect for that. So guys, if you're ready, I want to drop the link in the chat. It's on Teams.
I know.
You saw it already?
Right now. I just want to make sure it's working.
Even if everybody in the chat wanted one, you'd be okay. So do not worry. You're going to be able to get one if you want one, unless 9 more people join. Unless 10 more people join. If 10 more people join, it might get weird.
Then it might get weird.
But for now, I think everybody can get one who wants one. So let's see. While Gabby's doing that, I'm going to check out the chat. Wasn't the first run an edition of 70? Oh, yeah, Jason, it might have been. And this one's only 50. Yeah, smaller. Riley O'Connor says, call McFarlane. Dude, so many things in my plans here, man. And
hopefully once like the convention circuit opens again, we'll get some opportunities to meet people and make things happen.
If you don't think I'm going to be walking around Designer Con annoying the heck out of toy makers.
All right, you guys ready for this link? I think they are.
Let's go. Drop it like
all right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1.
Uh-oh. Hopefully 7 more people don't join.
Make sure to add the +1 to the chat to let us know if you picked one up. We'd love to shout you out.
But yeah, so there it is. There's a link. Thank you guys in advance if you are able to grab one. Appreciate it. I noticed you skipped the hand-pulled version.
Oh, there's a really good reason for that.
What is that? Wait,
of the pumpkin. You never re-released the pumpkin.
Oh, the scarecrow one.
There's a reason for that.
Jan Fitzy, the reason for that is because when I originally carved that one, the linoleum carving did not look right. It did not match up. And the one that we made as a screen print was digitally altered to look good. So unfortunately, I can't reprint that one as a handmade linoleum block print. But the same thing happened with the Wolverine print I did with Marvel. The original carving was off a little bit. Hey, John, stuff from Taiwan. It's amazing, dude.
Hey, Taiwan.
That's amazing. Thank you for joining us, dude.
My God, what time is it over there?
Well, totally different time.
I can't even.
Hey, Joe, thank you. Raph, thank you. But yeah, so the... Oh, awesome. I got your 3, 2, 1 way after the link drop. Oh, see, I knew that happened.
Oh, no.
It's okay. But so what are we in store for with next week's streams? Oh, wait, let me finish what I was saying.
Yes.
The Wolverine print with Marvel, we also never released as a linoleum block print, only as T-shirts, because the design that I made, they tweaked it a tiny bit. So what was approved, my linoleum block print as it is wasn't approved. So
right.
Wah. But yeah, so hey, thank you guys. Appreciate it. Jason, Dr. Wolf, Sean D, Darren, amazing. You guys, this is a badass little piece to have up. It's awesome on its own. It fits great if you have other prints of mine. If those of you who are getting multiple prints and able to frame them up, I hope you're noticing one of the cool perks of these prints is that they fit your decor no matter what it is because of the monochromatic nature of most of them. And they kind of fit well as a series. They kind of tie together well, even if the subject matter, like you could have a Spider-Man print, you could have a samurai, you could have Takaro, and they all still feel unified. So that's one of the things that I think helped us out in the early days is people wanted to buy multiple because you had artwork that was dynamic, understated in some ways, and tied and unified based on its aesthetic. But yeah, so next week.
Yes.
Oh, Todd, thanks, man. The WWPFG got a +1 from the BART train under the San
That's so
Francisco Bay.
cool.
Oh, amazing. Dude, we might be in San Francisco this year. Stay tuned for that.
Potentially.
We might be there.
Oh, look, John Nevin says 8:34 in the morning. It's literally tomorrow.
Breakfast time.
That's so cool.
Sick. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Growth. Amazing.
Thank you, Dennis.
Ang, thank you. So, yeah, next week is going to be, I'm already like, what is it when you're just like, I'm already pre-burned out from next week. Just thinking about it.
Oh, my God, right?
Yeah, but it's okay. It's going to be super fun. So
Yeah,
Thursday night is going to be our Halloween stream. So if you were with us last year, we did Month of Monsters, and we did like pumpkin beer tasting one time, the cereal another time.
Yeah, it was a whole month of Halloween celebrations. Halloween was effectively canceled last year.
Yes, so we hyped it up, super hyped. This time, I'm going to bring the pumpkin beer, whatever's new that I can find.
Yes.
We got a cereal to try.
Yes.
We're going to cram it all together.
We're going to do all the Halloween celebrations.
We have the most, we have the one friend I could find that was the spookiest representative of the Spookyville, Jason Kozlarich, the creative director of Fangoria, who's, by the way, dude, if you haven't held a Fangoria issue recently, this thing is super premium, just like a book.
Yeah.
It's like hardcore, man. And Gabby and I are level 9,000 Halloween spirit this year.
Oh my God, yeah, we took the combined years of Halloween being canceled and just threw them all together this year.
Yes.
Yeah, we need to do a tour of the house so that people can see our Halloween decorations.
I'm gonna do it on Instagram once we have it set up for a little get together. But I am planning that next stream on Thursday night, not the Skybound Expo, but on Thursday night, we're gonna show a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Because I've purposely not shown a bunch of stuff so that we can show a bunch of stuff that night and then see what you guys think about it. So yeah, Thursday night will be our Halloween stream with Jason. I'm gonna tease, quote unquote, which I think means I can just reveal.
I think that, yeah.
We'll see if I get in trouble, but we're gonna show my goodies from Skybound Expo 24 hours earlier.
Nathan McCarter says it's like a book. Well, we know that went unread. Damn, exposed.
Damn. Well, it's true. I didn't read it. He's right, but I like looking at it.
But he looked at all of the pictures.
Sometimes I'll read these parts. Like, look.
He'll read the title.
No,
you see how it says Halloween Kills
I
really
definitely
big?
read
That's
that.
all he read.
No, I also will read this little part on top of the title.
Oh, okay.
What's that called? A
subtitle?
Yeah.
Sure, it's not sub, but it's okay.
Yeah, I'll read that.
Oh, Gio and Jan, thank you so much. Oh, Gio also picked up the Warhog dad hat.
Oh, sick. I wear that hat almost every day, dude.
Yeah, he does.
The dad hats are the best hats they have in the store. I'm telling
Hunter,
you right
thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Awesome.
Amazing. But yeah, so Jason's gonna come on. I asked him to bring with him a list of the 5 best scary movies to watch during Halloween season.
Oh, that's right. We have to make our list.
But I told him that he has to go a little more, like Gabby and I
mainstream, because he's gonna hit us with some stuff that's impossible.
No, that Gabby and I are the casuals. Like, we're not gonna pull out some weird shit. Like, what we like is what you might assume.
Yeah.
But he should bring the knowledge.
Yeah.
Like, if I like this, Jason, what else should I watch? That kind of thing.
Oh, like recommendations based on what you like. Are we turning him into a horror movie algorithm?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The answer is yes.
He's our man on the street, and the street is very scary. So yeah, and then I'll be showing off new print. People have been asking for some of this stuff, so I'm gonna bring it. Dude, one of the prints is so weird. I hope you guys are into it because it's so out there. It's crazy. It's amazing. It's an awesome thing, and I can't believe it's real. It's a print that further embodies the fact that we're all living in the Matrix, and you could just randomly say something and then it could be real.
And then it just happens.
Yeah. It makes zero sense.
None.
Zero. Then another one of the prints is super seasonal and festive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Everyone should have it.
Yeah, I really made it for Gabby and I, and I'm like, oh, let's put this up. And then the other item, there's some other goodies there too. I don't want to say too much, but yeah. So you'll all get to see it on Thursday night. How about that? And then on Friday, it'll be Skybound Expo. So it'll be a lot of the print crew there, a lot of the Skybound fans, from the comics and all that kind of stuff there as well. So there'll be a more of a mixed bag in the audience. What's so funny?
Sorry, this is the chat. Well, first of all, Darren Starr says, quick side question, Peter. The Latka paper, are they standard sizes? Do they do stuff like 18 by 24 or 18 by 36?
No, they don't make standard sizes. Anytime there's a size that's other than 20 by 30, it's because I cut it down.
Gotcha.
But I try to maximize the use of the space with the assumption that most people are going to want to float the image.
Yeah.
And so I usually kind of stick with 20 by 30 with an image size of 18 by 24, so that if you do want a standard size frame, and by the way, people do this all the time and it looks great, you can get a pre-cut mat for 18 by 24 and the image will sit right in there. Same thing with these. Like, this is a 15 by 20 piece of paper, but I believe that the image is around 18 by 12, if I'm not mistaken. So it probably would also fit a standard size mat if you wanted to do that. Yeah, you got options.
Yeah, there's definitely options.
Back in the day when I was doing conventions, I used to always put one print of the big ones in a cheap IKEA frame.
Yeah.
To show people that,
the old convention days.
Yeah, that you don't have to spend as much money on the frame as you do the artwork. And it looked really nice. It was like a $15 IKEA frame with the mat included, and it worked, you know? So, yeah.
Mind. Yeah, they can hear that sass.
Show him the spray bottle.
It's closer to you.
Oh, here.
Jesus. What else? Ryan says, thank you, Manny. Could you guys put up some more Halloween decorations? Pretty anemic back there. How dare you?
What are you look what I got.
He's joking.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh.
Also, Raph says, Geely print confirmed. Jesus, I wish. Hunter says, Peter and Gabby, have you guys seen Psycho Gorman yet? If not, you totally should. We actually have seen it.
What's Jiggly print?
Like
the Jennifer Lopez movie?
It's either that or
not
yeah,
Jiggly.
it has
Yeah,
to be.
it is
Yeah, which is amazing.
That would be weirder than what we're doing. So
Yeah.
I'll give you that. That's one step further than I went. Yes.
Dead Kiriyama says, is there going to be more Takaro stuff soon? Maybe.
Very soon. Like
maybe
very
soon.
Like within a week.
Maybe super soon. Let's see. Where is the Ultraman print?
Oh, the Ultraman.
Nakatomi.
Yeah, Nakatomi has. I think there's only 4 left, if that. To be honest with you, he emailed me right before the stream, so I don't even know what he said. But here's the linoleum carving.
Yeah.
I wanted to show it to you guys on the stream here.
Ooh.
You guys.
You hadn't shown that off yet?
I probably showed it on like our IG live with Matt Frank and Tim Doyle.
Okay. It looks rad.
Yeah, and guys, like the Ultraman license, it's kind of hard to get. So when they offered me a chance to work on it, I jumped on it. I originally wanted to do multiple Ultraman prints with Nakatomi, but my calendar has suddenly crowded up super fast. I almost didn't even get to do this one, but we insisted, and I'm excited that it came out. 100 prints only for that edition.
There's only like 4 left, 3 left or something? Or
I heard 4 right before the stream.
Right, yeah, same.
No, look, the Nakatomi audience is infinitesimally smaller. Infinitesimal?
Oh, Raph says it's sold out.
Oh, sick. Okay, Raph,
Thanks,
there you
Raph.
go. There's the update. But yeah, their audience is a lot smaller, but it's a lot more well, not a lot more.
Yeah, that's way more
They
targeted.
have a very targeted audience,
Yeah.
and I didn't expect it to sell out. And the other thing is Ultraman, like as much as I love Ultraman, and I do, he's way less popular here than Godzilla is.
Of course.
But when we were in Japan, it was
oh my
the
god, it
opposite.
was all Ultraman. Nobody gave a shit about Godzilla.
There was Ultraman ads in the train system for like hair loss for men.
I know.
Yeah.
It was everywhere, dude. It was so
funny.
crazy. Let me see. Thor Axtal says, found your art through Ultra Mega, and goddamn, I feel like the loser that showed up late to the party of the year.
No,
Aw, well,
dude.
we're happy to have you.
Thor,
You're
for
not
sure,
late,
dude.
I promise.
And Thor, honestly, this is the point of streams like this, is that we're doing a reprinted edition of an image that we did bring out and that did sell out last year in April or something.
Exactly. That's the whole point of these streams, is to let you have a chance at these things again.
And it doesn't affect the original editions that we did, because it's a different paper or different ink color, so it's a different.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like the charm of printmaking,
cool.
is you can have. Yeah, it's cool. But yeah,
see.
Ultra Mega is amazing. I'm so stoked I got to do that cover, dude.
I know.
And I got word yesterday that 2022 is going to have some more fun cover opportunities. Yeah.
Spicy.
Super spicy.
Yeah.
So
one of my students is here. Hey, Gory.
Hey, Gory.
What else?
But yeah, so Ultraman prints sold out. We will eventually.
No, it says looks Now, well, there's some question about whether it's sold
Okay.
out or not. It's still showing 4 available, but who knows?
Well,
So if you're trying, just keep trying.
Yeah, if you're thinking about getting one, get one. If not, know that in the future, not as quickly as we do turn around with Mondo. Again, just scheduling.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a sizable amount of Ultraman APs, and I'm gonna have fun with those.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have fun with those because I wanted to do, like I said, I wanted to do multiple Ultraman versus full-size prints, but time is not allowing. So I'm gonna make sure Gango gets some love.
Oh.
I'm gonna make sure Pigmon gets some love.
Absolutely.
Who else we got here? Oh man, Jamila. I'm gonna take my time. I'm
the
gonna probably,
saddest of stories.
yeah, I'm probably gonna work off hours, off the clock. That's how important this is to do multiple bonus prints. So we'll see, and maybe
Tony's gonna be very upset at you
he'll be
for working.
infuriated.
He's already furious.
Excuse
he just
me?
curled up in anger next
you
to me.
gotta stay on the clock, man.
He needs us on the couch so bad right now.
But we'll I'm gonna have fun with that part. I was wondering whether we should do like what we did with the Marvels. What did you guys like better? Let me ask you this question, and I can't guarantee that just because
That your answer will matter.
that
but-
your answer and because of weird legal things. But if I had the option, do you prefer the stamp at the bottom of the print, making that print very unique, or do you prefer a separate mini print? And I, again, can't guarantee that I could do that. In fact, I think last time I was worried that we were going to get in trouble, but we didn't. So which do you prefer? Because I'm not sure which way I lean.
For the
The special edition stamps that I do on the prints.
I mean,
and
sometimes it depends on the size, right? Because some of them have been bigger than others.
Well, for example, like
Although I did like the ones that came as a separate print.
I did too, but
For the
what I'm saying is like,
Ninja Turtles.
and in that case, oh yeah, the Ninja Turtles was separate.
Yeah, remember?
That's true. The Marvel ones were separate,
Yeah.
and the Godzilla ones and the
We're
Alien ones have been at the bottom.
We're on, yeah.
And if I were to do
Look,
more Godzilla prints, they would still be
Mr.
the bottom.
Landfear says unique stamp, only so much wall space. Nathan McCarter says stamp is my preference. Raph says mini print.
Oh,
Yeah.
stamp at the bottom.
Look, most people like stamp at the bottom. Okay, all right. We got you.
Sometimes it'll have to be one way or the other for reasons.
Because of the print itself or
different
the
things.
size of the stamp.
And the Godzilla ones, if I were to do more, wink, mother effing wink,
Okay.
they'll still be at the bottom because uniformity,
Yeah.
OCD. But if I did something different like Ultraman, I'm not sure how I feel yet. I could do anything.
Yeah, well,
And,
take it
and nothing
step by
matters.
step.
Like, yeah, Gango doesn't fly, but maybe I can make him like he's in a flying pose. Who
maybe
cares?
he's being sent flying by Ultraman.
No, because he has to fit in that little
Oh,
space.
poor guy. When do I get a Bemular print?
Bemular will be
Excuse me.
involved. What if it's like a row of heads under the print?
Oh, I want a full Bemmy. I got a full Bemmy once.
Yeah, I did it. It's the first one I did.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it wasn't enough. I need another one. I need a standalone Bemmy.
What if we did that? Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to think about that.
I don't
Bottom
know.
is cool, but hue.
Yeah, everybody says stamps at the bottom.
Bottom is cool, but hue.
But hue?
What is but hue?
But hue. Oh, my wallet.
Cool.
Sorry, Hunter.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, not sorry.
Variety is good. Just glad yeah, man. Okay, you guys. Well, I'm stoked that you guys dig it. And do me a huge favor. Before we leave, let me pull my phone for a second.
Okay, before you leave, we are doing...
Do me a super huge favor, everybody here, if you guys don't mind. Go. You know, if the folks at the Nacelle company reached out and they said, "Would you want to talk to Brian about his book on your show?" I want them to know that was worthwhile for them. I had a blast,
Yeah,
but
so
I
did
want them to know that you guys are at least aware of it. I think you should check the book out. It's amazing. It's like an awesome gift for yourself or someone
It's
else.
so cool. It's like the coolest encyclopedia I've ever seen in my
But
life.
at the very least, I would be so stoked if everyone went. He has Brian himself has a weird Instagram name. It's like what
I'll
do you say
type it into the chat right now.
What did he say it was
I
like
don't
man
remember.
to man?
It was plaid something.
Wait, Nacelle posted it, and I was like, dude,
Oh my god.
hold on, it's here.
Okay.
It's hold on, toys Netflix toys Nacelle.
What is it?
Hold on, that he just posted.
Trying to find it.
Okay, Plaid Stallions on Instagram.
Hold on. Plaid.
Yeah, PLA.
Plaid stallions.
Okay.
Okay.
Search it.
Well, I just put it in the chat.
Oh, okay, yeah, at Plaid Stallions. just look him up on Instagram and add him if you would be so kind.
Yeah, it's just like that, Plaid Stallions.
And if you want to be a freaking hero print crew gangster, just put a comment on his most recent post.
There it is.
Thanking him for coming on to do the show. Having guests on is hard enough because of our technical, issues here. But
look, we're trying, okay? We're both burnt out by the time we get to the stream.
But the fact of the matter is that it's cool that somebody wants to do the show and that it's about something that we all could be interested in. And I don't want them to feel like it was like a waste of their time, So
no, so shoot them a follow.
Yeah.
If you aren't following Nacelle yet, go ahead and give them a follow too. I'll throw
those
it in the
people,
chat.
The toys that made us people, and they make the movies that made us behind the attraction, they are so good to me. Let me tell you that, okay? I can't reveal in all the ways, but I can tell you they've been supporting me for a long time. They reposted my stuff forever ago, and still do to this day. And, Brian Volkweiss, who owns the company, came on our show at the early days of our show. So if you guys can ever go and just put a comment and say, hey, heard about you through Attack Peter, it really helps. Stuff like that helps.
For sure.
So I would appreciate that, you guys. Any chance of another Daruma print? Video Graffiti wants to know. Well, Video Graffiti, there is an edition that went out with the Daruma figures, the Daruma toys, and I can't give specifics, but I can continue to give you a thumbs up that our original promise is gonna be fulfilled. So far, so I can't say anything else.
But you don't have to say anything to me.
I know things.
We already have
that
ours.
are making me optimistic.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Yeah, but there's an edition of prints that's exclusive to that. Will we do another Daruma print? You never know. Maybe we'll do the little one again.
Somebody said you should make a Halloween version where it's just one floating eyeball as a Daruma.
We have some good stuff coming this week, you guys.
For sure.
This week is gonna be awesome, and
look at what Ryan said.
What did Ryan say?
I got a full Bemmy once. Heads immediately to Urban Dictionary. So gross. Do not besmirch the name of Bemular.
So yeah. This is Bemular.
Yeah, he's my favorite of all of them.
But
he reminds me of Tony.
He does. But yeah. You never know. We could do another Daruma at some point, but we have other stuff that we're working on, man.
Yeah, we'll get around. We'll get around to all the good
November is
stuff.
gonna have a big drop.
I'm just agreeing. I have no idea what he's talking about. Sure.
We're gonna be in a designer con in Anaheim.
Yes.
We already have our tickets. We already have our hotel booked. We're going. So if you guys are going, please find us. Please.
Oh my
find
God,
us.
yes. Just like hit us up
you're-
on Instagram and we'll try to find you
We'll
too.
be at Mondo booth for the most part. If you guys are thinking about going, go.
Yeah, for real. Let's hang out.
Go. And
let's hang out.
we're gonna be at the Mondo booth, but then we'll be able to walk around a little bit.
We are literally flying across the country to hang out with you.
Yeah.
Across the country.
Yep.
What is it, like 3,000 miles or something?
At least. If
Easily.
not way,
How many
probably
hours is the flight?
6,000.
Like 6-7 hours or something
At
from
least.
here? It's nasty.
Like 18 hours.
Yeah, remember how often we used to do that flight?
I know.
God help us.
Dr. Wolf's gonna be there.
Yeah.
Raph, dude, it'll be so cool.
Sweet.
Yeah, man.
I'm excited.
Let's see. Seminole Design. Raph, that'll be awesome, man. Seminole Designers. Oh, and I might have some goodies on me for anybody I bump into.
Raph, 80% thinking. But let's bump this up. At least 95%, please. Please.
Bit of a curveball, but I think people would like rock bottom novelties. They put out retro Halloween masks. Whoa, that sounds amazing, dude. I'm Seminole Designer. I'm on a
video ads are killer. We're gonna check them out.
Yeah, I'm on a severe Halloween mask kick at the moment. I've been
God. If you could only see how many are in this house right now.
Dude, in the last month, I've given Trick or Treat Studios a good amount of money.
Most of the paycheck has gone to Trick or Treat Studios.
Yeah.
And we're not complaining at all because all of the products have been incredible. And see?
Have you guys seen Season of the Witch Halloween 3?
If you haven't, apparently you have to because otherwise Peter won't shut up about it. So just go.
I love it. I got all three of these from Big Bad Toy Store. By the way, Big Bad Toy Store is a great company to order from, man. They sent me the wrong mask, and instead of like asking me for it back, they said just keep it, and we're sending you another one. And so yeah, awesome.
Okay,
company.
stop showing off your mask, dork.
All right, you guys, we're gonna get out of here. That was fun, man. That was a fun one.
That was fun.
Again, hit me up online with any questions. I try to answer everybody who DMs me. Shout out everybody who's still using the Discord. The Discord is still there. Facebook group is still there. Attack Peter Print Crew. If you're new to us, go join either Attack Peter Print Crew on Facebook or the Attack Peter Discord. It's just a good place just in case something happens last second. Like, or I want to give you guys a heads up
like
about
the whole
something.
internet goes down at once.
Or
and,
Facebook collapses
Right.
and Instagram goes down.
Normal
Discord.
stuff.
Yeah, Discord is like the oh shit, break the glass in case of emergency at this moment. All right, you guys.
All right, we love you.
Love
Thank
you.
you so much
Talk
for
to you soon.
coming. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.